Welcome to Daughter Arise. My name is Yvonne and this channel is all about bringing you content surrounding childhood sexual abuse. On this channel I share my experiences of going through childhood sexual abuse, things I found difficult, hard, things that I found really encouraging, just things from my experience in hopes of encouraging you, the survivor, who has gone through this experience as well. So if this is the type of content that you are looking for, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you like the content that I share on this channel, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. So before I get into the video, I just want to wish you all a happy 2021, a happy new year. I hope that this year is really prosperous for you. I pray that all the things that you may be struggling with, that you get a breakthrough in this year, and that, you know, in spite of a lockdown, because over here in London, UK, we are on full lockdown again, that in spite of a lockdown, you know, you can go on to have a productive and progressive year. So in regards to 2021, I want to share with you today in this video how to have a healthy 2021. Now, I'm going to share with you a list of things that helped me along my journey to recovering from childhood sexual abuse, things that helped me to become a healthy person in spite of all the dysfunction I went through as a child. And I have done separate videos on things that I'm about to share with you on this list, but nevertheless I thought it would be a good way to start the new year by sharing these things again as a fresh reminder. And maybe you might find that these are things that you're probably already doing, or that you would like to start to do and maybe would want a little bit of advice on how to go about it. So the first thing I want to share with you about how to have a healthy 2021 is to tell somebody about your abuse. Now, you may have done this already and found that it was a disaster. Maybe you tried to tell family members or friends and their response to you was one of, you know, repulsion or shaming you or vilifying you or making you feel small or ashamed for sharing that somebody has abused you, because it may have been somebody that they know or somebody that they're familiar with. But still, I want to encourage you again to try and tell somebody. Now, there is a way that you can do this without having to put yourself on the line, putting yourself out there to be rejected or to feel like you have done something wrong. And it's a safe way, I believe, of being able to open up to somebody without fear of being judged, and that is to talk to helplines that specialise with childhood sexual abuse. I have myself used helplines before and I have found them to be quite helpful. What you'll find with helplines is that they will offer a listening ear, and they're confidential as well. They don't tell anybody the things that you tell them, and they would only divulge if you were in danger. Say for instance, if you gave your name and, you know, you were saying that you were in danger of doing something to yourself or that somebody else is in danger, then they would have a duty to share that information. But in terms of just sharing your experience, they offer a listening ear. You don't really have to give your name. You could give a false name even if you wanted to do that. But, you know, it is a safe space for you to be able to share with somebody without feeling that you're going to be criticised or judged. There are some fantastic organisations out there like NAPAC, National Association of People Abused in Childhood, who offer a helpline service. And you can also do a Google search as well to search your city or town or country that you live in to see if there are other helplines out there that could possibly support you to share your experiences. I will leave links to some organisations in the description box below that you can check out. Also, Daughter Arise, which is my organisation, we do offer a limited helpline service. I've been running the helpline now for 8 years on Daughter Arise, and basically it's self-referral, like with all helplines anyway, but you would email me and then we would arrange to either email chat or talk on the phone, and that is for a limited amount of sessions. If you want to contact me about that, then email me at info@daughterarise.org.uk and then we can take it from there. But all links I will leave in the description box below. If you want to tell somebody about your abuse and you also want to get help to start going through the process of working through some of those issues, as I've mentioned on this channel before, counselling, therapy is a very good way to be able to do that. Now, there's a couple of things that help make therapy effective, and that is by having the right type of therapy and also with the right person. And I did a video on this channel a little while ago. I'll leave a link to it at the top of this video here, where I did an interview with a lady called Davina, who's a qualified therapists about the counselling process, and in that video we talk about the counselling process and we address some of the common questions that people might have that they're scared to ask. And this video is a good quick video for you to get a brief overview of the counselling process. It's really important when you go to counselling or when you're looking for counselling that you have the right type of counselling. So you need to speak to somebody who has experience of working with childhood sexual abuse survivors and ask them questions. This is one of the key things that I would encourage any survivor to do, is to ask questions to whoever you are looking to have therapy with. Also, they won't mind you doing that. If they are a really good counsellor therapist, they won't mind you asking questions because they understand that this is a new process for you and that you might be apprehensive. If you're not at a stage where you are ready to undertake the counselling process, to talk to somebody and get help to start to address some of those things that have affected you from your experience, or you're not ready to talk confidentially to a helpline, then I would suggest to you investing in books that help you on the journey to recovery from childhood sexual abuse. I myself have written a fantastic book called Choose Life. You can see it in the background, the white book with the umbrellas on. And this is written from my own perspective of things that I found helpful along my own journey. I also share like diary entries from a certain period of my life, just to show you that where I am now is not always where I've been, and it's just taking you through the process of how I was able to overcome the things that had happened to me that were quite traumatic. I also share in this workbook some education, some awareness, some practical exercises that you can do in the safety and security of your own home. This book really is for those of you who are at a place where you want to start to just see what that journey entails. You're not ready to share with anybody, you're not ready to break that secret, but you're considering breaking that secret at some point. I would suggest to you looking at my book Choose Life, or looking at other books on the market, whatever you feel is going to help you to start that process. But I will leave links to both of my books, Daughter Arise and Choose Life, down in the description box below for you to check out for yourself. Another thing that I want to share with you about how to have a healthy 2021 is to get support from like-minded people. One of the things that Daughter Arise has been really good at is supporting people who have had similar experiences. I set up Daughter Arise nearly 10 years ago, well it's going to be 10 years in July, to help people who have had similar experiences to myself. I did this because back when I was first trying to get help, I realised there was nothing out there that offered peer empowerment, peer support from people who had had similar experiences. I think this is a really powerful way to get that support on your journey, because one of the things I found in my earlier journey before I set up Daughter Rise is that it can feel quite isolating to have gone through this experience of childhood sexual abuse and then feel like you're the only one that has gone through it. If you think about it, you've been living with a secret for so long, nobody openly talks about it. This is where peer empowerment and support from like-minded people come in, because you're in a group of people that have had similar experiences and you look at how to get through those challenges together. Now, in the support group I offer with Daughter Arise, we don't talk specifically about our experiences of going through childhood sexual abuse. The other ladies in the group have therapists and other avenues that they work through those particular issues with. But what we do within the group is look at issues surrounding childhood sexual abuse. For instance, anxiety, toxic relationships, self-esteem, things like that. That's what we look at in the group. Have a look wherever you are if there are any groups that offer this type of support. At the moment, maybe a lot of groups like the group I run with Daughter Arise offer virtual support groups because of the whole COVID lockdown. But do check this out, because this is a way that you will feel empowered. Now, this one is going to be hard for a lot of people to hear. It was hard for me to hear many years ago when I was first trying to navigate my own healing journey. It's something that a lot of people would probably balk at, but it's something that I feel is so essential to the recovery process of childhood sexual abuse, and that is to forgive. That could be to forgive yourself, that could be to forgive your abuser, Now, the reason why I say this is because forgiveness isn't about letting them off the hook, letting them off the offence, what they've done against you. You know, as a Christian, my faith has helped me to understand the importance of forgiveness. And in forgiving somebody, it is saying that you are releasing yourself from their offence. It is about reclaiming your power and saying that I'm not allowing how I feel about you to ruin my life anymore. And it's something that can take a long time to get your head around. It took me a long time. After I had my first nervous breakdown at 22 years old, one of the things I started to work through for the first time in psychotherapy was the issues that were left behind, but also understanding that the root of